And good morning. Welcome back to White Mountains today, about 10 minutes after 8. And if you're looking for something to do, some entertainment, the Weathervane Theater, Whitefield, a little more than an hour's drive from the Mount Washington Valley. And with us this morning is Ethan Pellini and Carrie Greenberg, both with the Weathervane Theater. Thank you very much. I know it's sort of a early start to what's probably a long day for the both of you.
Yeah, they're all long days, so the earlier
yes,
the better.
Fair enough, yes.
Pretty dry.
So let's the Weathervane Theater, you have equity group of actors, which really is wonderful, from all over the country, from New York, Alabama, etc. And you have a rotating cast of, collection of shows, musicals, plays, and things like that. So Ethan, can you tell us a little bit about how the summer's gone?
The summer has been great. It has been great to sort of return to live theater in a little bit more of a robust way. We did a little bit last year, a lot of virtual stuff. It's not the same. So to be back in the audience, back with live audiences and hear the applause and be getting that feedback sort of one-on-one is really, really special. And we've got a little bit of everything running from Kinky Boots to Amadeus. It really runs the gamut of there's something for everyone to see, no matter what your taste is. So
I have to say that not only am I interviewing the both of you today, I've been up and seen two productions already, Green Day's American Idiot and Disaster. And Carrie, I mean, it was really, you played the nun in Disaster, and really, really fun. I mean,
thank you.
You're there, you're with your guitar and just enjoy. So how has it been for you as an actress to go in and have these different, productions that you have to, really get up to speed on relatively quickly?
That's a great question. I've been very fortunate this season. Ethan's given me a really fun track throughout the season where I play some classy people, not so classy people. It's one of those things where you get to put on a different pair of shoes every day, and it's a real joy to be able to embody someone else and look through someone else's eyes in a way that I myself just would never be. I'm kind of a quiet, keep to myself type of person, but on the stage I'm someone completely different who is somewhat inappropriate at times. So it's a lot of fun to really be outside of yourself and to be able to perform in front of a live audience, like Ethan said. It's so, there's nothing like it right now. I think we kind of took for granted having people in the house, and then we didn't have people in the house, and now we do again, and everyone just really comes alive, whether they're there for like a rock concert like American Idiot, or they just want some pure musical theater magic that is Hello Dolly. It's been so eye-opening to see the different types of people that have been coming into our theater throughout the season with the breadth of programming that we have, and just to see them all really come to life with something that they've all been craving for these past 18 months. So to be a part of that is really special, and I'm grateful that he brought me along.
Well, and Ethan, today, Amadeus is tonight.
Yeah, two shows today.
Two shows today for Amadeus, and happens to be Salieri's birthday.
That's right.
Was it 1873 or something like that?
1823.
1823.
Yeah.
But also coming up, the Addams Family is starting up, and that's got to be, you go from, that's going to be kind of quirky.
Oh, it's incredibly quirky. It's very silly. Everything you love about the Addams Family, with a great story about sort of like family acceptance, and Wednesday Addams and Uncle Fester and Grandma and Pugsley, they're all there on stage singing and dancing, and it's going to be a great way to sort of end the summer part of our season. A great way, we always try and give something that really caters to family audiences, and this really is that piece. Everyone can, no matter whether you know the Addams Family really well from the television show or the more recent movies, there's going to be something people recognize and have a good time with. So
nice. So basically you have night shows and a couple of matinees?
Matinees on Thursday and Saturday during the summer, and then in the fall we switch to matinees on Saturday and Sunday.
Nice. So let's talk a little bit. Whoever wants to talk about the fall. What shows are you going to have, and when does that begin, and that sort of thing?
So our fall season runs starting September 7th and concludes October 10th. And we have 4 really exciting productions. The first one is Pippin, which Ethan is directing. I'll let him talk about that in a second. And then we also have Kotori Hall's The Mountaintop, which I know Shinnery came here and visited last month, who's directing that piece, and it's a really beautiful play about a reimagining of Martin Luther King Jr.'s last night on Earth. And then we have Elena Mills, who is beloved by the Weathervane community. She was on the Beautiful National Tour. She was here in 2018, and she played Patsy Cline and Always Patsy Cline, so that's coming back to the Weathervane, so get your tickets while you still can. And then rounding out our season, we have the very charming classic musical She Loves Me. And if anyone has ever seen You've Got Mail with Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, it's based off of the same French play, and it's really just a lot of fun and just a little escapism, romantic comedy.
Nice. And Ethan, it must be nice. You sort of have the classic shows, and then you have shows that are 5-10 years old.
Yeah, and we do try and present a pretty eclectic mix, because there are people who there are the people who really want to see the old-fashioned stuff, and there are people who only come to the newer stuff. And actually, Carrie brings up Pippin, which is a great example of one that I think sort of I hope will appeal to everyone, because as I was looking at sort of the production history in selecting shows, I realized in 56 years, no one's ever done Pippin, and Pippin is a pretty popular title. No, we haven't done Pippin at the Weathervane. And so one of the great things about Pippin is you can sort of reimagine it in any space. A lot of times it's done in a circus, or it's done sort of in medieval times. We're updating it. We're making it very modern. It's going to have lots of projections and lots of very relevant current social issues that are examined through the parallels of what the story of Pippin really is. And it's got this great score by Stephen Schwartz, who wrote Wicked. So that's sort of the way we're saying to audiences, come out. If you like sort of some of the newer, more cutting edge stuff, Pippin is really going to be the show for you.
Nice. And I have to say, like I said, I've been to 2 of the productions so far. And the first one, American Idiot, there was no intermission.
No.
And then for Disaster, there was. And to get people back in, some guy starts pounding the bass drum. It's theater. You've been around for over 50 years. There's got to be a story.
Yeah. It's the Weathervane. It's the drummer boy, right? So when Gibbs Murray and Tom Haas founded the theater, they actually had... If I remember it correctly, there was something with the electrical wiring in the old barn where normally theaters flash the lights. Thank you. And to get people back into the theater, and there was something with the electrical wiring where it was like they were not confident that if they turned the lights off that they would turn all the way back on. So they came up with this idea alongside the logo, which has always been a drummer boy, to take a big old drum and just pound that thing to tell people it's time to get back into the theater. And so it's become a tradition, and there's been a couple times where a house manager has forgotten to do that, and there's always a patron who says, wait a second, it's time for intermission to be over. No one's banged the drum yet, so it's sort of become a little bit of a hallmark for us.
Always a story.
Yeah, always a story.
And so how can people get tickets? Where can they get some more information about the Weathervane?
There's a couple of ways. The first is visit our website, which is weathervanenh.org. That is weathervanenh.org. You can call our box office, which is 603-837-9322. Or you can visit us in person. We're located at 389 Lancaster Road in Whitefield, New Hampshire. And visit weathervanenh.org for our box office hours.
Carrie, thank you very much. Ethan, thank you very much
you.
for stopping by. And everybody, get yourself to the Weathervane in Whitefield. Wonderful time, good entertainment for the family. We'll be back after.